Hare Krishna. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girvaradhari Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Madan Mohan, Radha Madan Mohan, Radhe. Jaya Jaya Jagannath, Jagannath, Baladev Subhadra. Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai. Hai Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य स्तोत्र प्रभुपाद की जय। इस्कॉन प्रतिष्ठाताचार्य शिल प्रभुपाद की जय। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य स्तोत्र सदा भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर गोस्वामी प्रभुपाद की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी. So we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 31, Text 18. We'll recite together the text and read translation and purport given by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, and we'll discuss on that. तेनैकमात्मानमशेषदेहिनाम् कालं प्रधानं पुरुषं परेशम् स्वतेजसा ध्वस्तगुणप्रवाह मात्मैकभावेन भजध्वमद्धा तेनैकमात्मानमशेषदेहिनाम् कालं प्रधानं पुरुषं परेशम् स्वतेजस्ताद्वस्तगुणप्रवाह मात्मैकभावेन भजध्व मद्धा तेनैकमात्मानमशेष देहिनाम् कालं प्रदानं पुरुषं परेशम् स्वतेजताध्वस्त गुणप्रवाहा मात्मेकभावेन भजध्व मद्धा देहिना परेश मेकभावे मद्धा गुण मात्मेकभावेन भजध्व मद्धा तेनेकमात्मानम् अशेषदेहिनां कालं प्रधानं पुरुषं परेशम् स्वतेजसाध्वस्तगुणप्रवाहम् आत्मेकभावेन भजध्व मद्धा तेनेकमात्मानमशेषदेहिना कालं प्रधानं पुरुषं परेशम् स्वतेजसाध्वस्तगुणप्रवाहम् आत्मेकभावेन भजध्व मद्धा तेन therefore ekam one atmanam unto the supreme soul asesa unlimited dehinam of the individual souls kalam time pradhanam the material cause purusham the supreme person paraisham the transcendental control svatejasa by spiritual energy dhvasta aloof guna pravaham from material emanation atma self ek bhavena accepting as qualitatively one bhajadvam engage in devotional service adha direct translation because the supreme lord is the cause of all causes, he is the super soul of all individual living entity, and he exists as both the remote and immediate cause. Since he is aloof from the material emanation, he is free from their interactions and is lord of material nature. You should therefore engage in his devotional service, thinking yourself qualitatively one with him. Please repeat. Because the Supreme Lord is the cause of all causes, he is the super soul of all individual living entities, and he exists as both the remote and immediate cause. Since he is aloof from the material emanations, he is free from their interactions and is Lord of material nature. You should therefore engage in his devotional service, thinking yourself qualitatively one with him. Purpose. According to Vedic calculations, there are three causes of creation: time, the ingredient, and the creator. Combined, these are called Tritayatmaka, the three causes. Everything in this material world is created by these three causes. All of those causes are found in the personality of Godhead, as confirmed in Brahma Samhita, Sarvakarana Karanam. Narad Muni therefore advises the Prachetas to worship the direct cause, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. As stated before, when the root of a tree is watered, all the parts are energized. According to the advice of Narad Muni, one should directly engage in devotional service. This will include all pious activity. Chaitanya Charitamrita states, Krishna Bhakti Kaile Sarva Karma Kritaha. When one worships the Supreme Lord Krishna in devotional service, one automatically performs all other pious activities. In this verse, the word Swa Tejasa Dvasta Guna Pravaham are very significant. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is never affected by the material qualities, although they all emanate from His spiritual energy. Those who are all those who are really conversant with this knowledge can utilize everything for the service of the Lord, because nothing in this material world is unconnected with the Supreme Personality. Om Ajnanasya Jnananjanasalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शादी गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे कृष्णा. Seeking the blessing from all the Vaishnava, especially Anand Mahaprabhu and all other Vaishnavas and Vaishnavi. So I would like to speak on the verse. The chapter entitled Narada instructs the Prachetas. So here Naradji instructing the Prachetas. The Prachetas, they are already blessed by Lord Shiva and Lord Vishnu. And Prachetas have had darshan of Lord Shiva and Lord Vishnu also. And so even then, so after having darshan, Prachetas requested Naradji to enlighten them, where the Prachetas are there, again in transcendental knowledge. So, so, so this is the, we see here the importance of hearing the transcendental knowledge again and again from the Mahaparam Bhagavatas and Mahabhagavatas. So, so Naraji started instructing Prachetas. So, at the outset, Naraji glorified Lord as causes of all causes. We see Tritayatmaka, Kala, Prakriti, Purusha. So, Lord, here said, no? So, combined these are, according, there are three causes of creation: time, the ingredient, and the creator. So, how the anything we see, there is a cause, and cause has direct and indirect way. Here it says also, where these are the causes. All these causes are found in the personality of Godhead. The prime cause is Supreme Lord, and the time is there, and the ingredients, that Prakriti, which comes in as a Pradhan, and then it increases to Mahatattva, and then so many the three gunas: goodness, passion, ignorance, and then also many material elements comes. We see so Prithvi, Jal, Agni, Vayu, Akash, and all other five senses, knowledge acquiring five uh, karmendriyas, and five visaya subjects, visayas for senses. So this way, man, buddhi, mind, intelligence, ignorance, and matvatva, like this, elements are there created. So, but the prime cause is Lord actually. Sri Sri Gaurnitai ki jai, Sri Sri Radha Madan Mohan ji ki jai, Sri Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Mai ki jai. So Brahma Samhita also says, Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. So direct, ultimately, Lord is the creator, and he is the main cause for. Sometimes everyone cannot see the Lord hands in the creation, because they want to see from their point of view actually. So even though Lord creates all this nature and everything, all creations happens, but Lord is aloof. Even though material emanation comes, but Lord is aloof, and also is free from the interaction of the modes of nature. Even though he creates all the modes, and even though he said, Maya Dakshana Prakriti Suyate Sacharacharam Hetunane Konte Jagad Viparivartate. There is a changes happening in the world, but even though he is not uh, affected by, or in because it is his energy, he is always covered by his uh, internal energy, he is always remains. And even though, that's why Lord is omnipotent, omnipresent, omniscient. Lord is Abhigya Swarat. He knows everything. He's Swarat actually. So, in so many ways, uh, Naraji is explaining about Lord analytically, synthetically, at one place, giving so many analogies. Even in the previous slokas, we see example taking the sun sign, how sun is the main uh, in the creation and everything, how the sun's role is there in the creation, and also giving the example of senses and body, and how watering the root. So every it's already previous slokas have been explained analogy. So, and also Naraji explained about uselessness of this karma, jnana, yoga, vairagya. If it is without bhakti, actually, is not so important actually. So, and we see also the all this here the main emphasis is, unless one accept creator, who is the Lord, they cannot understand things in full actually. So, and there are different categories of people here, that atheists are there. So they don't believe in God actually, and there is a agnostic. They are skeptical, doubtful about God. But if they are given with evidence or explained properly, they can accept Lord. But there is another category is there, that is called apatheism. They, one is not believing in God, another doubtful, third one they don't care for God actually. That is very, very dangerous class. They are nothing to do with the Lord actually. They are in their realm actually. And nowadays this called atheism is more prevailing and nothing to do with the Lord. They don't care actually for Lord. And because they are so there are uselessness of other things explained, and they are without base. They deny the existence of God actually, and they get very uh, so. But in theism also, when we are accepting Lord, the what is called apatheism also is entered actually in theism. Then we'll understand this part. So now the point is, why Prachetas requested Naradji to give this transcendental knowledge, whereas they already had the darshan of Lord Vishnu, Lord Shiva. So nothing to do, because we say the back to Godhead, when already had face to face darshan, then what is the need? Already is, they are bhaktas. There is no need actually. So whatever now we heard so far, say we know everything. It is nothing new that we are telling, because if Prachetas were knowing everything about this, whatever Naradji has explained so far. So we also know, those who are serious practitioner of Krishna consciousness, they know everything about this. Lord is the controller, everything comes, and then Karnodakshai Vishnu, Garbhodakshai Vishnu, Kshirodakshai Vishnu, so many things are, so many Purusha avatars are there, how the Prakriti is getting into how the Brahma is secondary creator, so many things are there. So that we know. But then what's the need of telling again and again all these things? And why Pracheta is requesting them, Naradji, to instruct in transcendental knowledge? The reason for that is the nature of Jivatma, conditioned soul, is he forget the eternal, transcendental, loving relationship with the Lord. That is the reason actually. Because every jivas have relationship with the Lord, and the eternal, it's a constitutional loving relationship with the Lord. And because of forgetting, he forgets the instructions of the Lord also. That they admit, Prachetas admitted that because of our household activities, we forgot the instructions what have been told to us. That is, in the previous slokas they admitted like this actually. So we have relationship with the supreme personality, transcendental, supreme, loving personality of Godhead actually. And due to attachment in with other material relationships, this is the cause. So again and again we require to hear the transcendental knowledge. This is there. We forget our true identity. We may know I may not be the body, but I am not body, I am soul. That also where it become difficult. But that soul is the eternal part and parcel of Lord, and his functionality in that relationship he forget. First relationship forget means functions of that relationship also we forget actually. And also it is Bhagavatam says, that's why we say we have to be niskam, not to forget. Niskam means not the that we have should not have any desires. That is not niskam. Niskam means desirelessness for sense gratification. Although, so we should not have sense for sense gratification and material prosperity. That is the niskam. That is Bhagavad Gita teaches us niskam. But that's why it should not be mistaken with giving up desires, because soul has desires. So desires will be there. So for the devotees, it is said, devotees are never, matlab, if the devotee attempt for niskam, it is called nispraha. Nispraha. So normally for devotee it is nispraha. It says no, Bhakti Vinod Thakur. Sakale sahane baladiya karo nijamane spraha hina. Spraha hina. No spraha. No. Niskamata and nispraha almost equal, but for devotee, we not trying for niskamta. Oh, I am not going for sense greater. No. Nispraha. Not at all, actually, desirous of this. So now we see how the Naraji contributed here in transcendental knowledge to Prachetas here. So Naraji's contribution is, first of all, Naraji's glory we can see. Naraji is always absorbed, actually. Absorbed in satisfying Lord. In his thinking, feeling, willing. Is always his feeling. Feeling is always one want to be happy, feelingly. So, but he is always happy by satisfying the Lord only. There is no other feelings in his heart, actually. Nispraha. Only spraha for Lord satisfaction, not for anything else. And he is this way, he is always thinking Nama, Rupa, Guna, Lila. And also willingly, he always glorify Lord, preaching the Lord's glory only, that is there. But the main important point, he is having nispra, feeling always for satisfying Lord. This is the glory of the Lord. That's why he always remain in his constitutional position. Jirivara Swarupa Krishna Radhyas, actually. This is a Bhaktivinoda Thakur Jana. Jiva Krishna Das e Biswas Karale to are Dukha Nahi. Radha Krishna Bol Bol Bolo Re Sabai. So here we see in the previous slokas how Naraji has started giving the transcendental knowledge to Prachetas. First, in few slokas we can see in this, he gives the devotional service. He tells devotional service is the goal of spiritual personality, spiritual practices. So first is that bhakti. One has to do devotional service. Then he emphasized the Supreme Lord is worthy of all worship, because he only has to be worshipped. That's why Yatha Toror Mula Nisechanena, that sloka has come, actually. So that is. Now the emphasis is shifting here from this sloka. The previous two slokas were emphasizing about devotional service and to whom we have to worship. Now it is satisfying the all-powerful Lord. This sloka begin with this intent, actually. And that is, then we say, the first analytically explain many things, and then synthetically means all the purpose of to worship Lord. And now he is assimilated way. That is, we can understand this way also. First, he has explained the outer periphery of the devotional part. Then he internal periphery of the Lord. Now he is going into the internal chamber of the Lord, actually. This is the way, it is giving full package of the Krishna consciousness, actually. This is the beauty of even Prabhupada's purport. We see Prabhupada has given different purports in two extreme. One is, one who is newcomer, who doesn't know anything about Lord, also can understand by giving present examples and making the awareness of the things. And then side by side he give the deeper understanding. Although in the same purport he cover. Here we see, just like we see here, the Supreme Personality of God is never. Although they are, those who are really conversant with this knowledge can utilize everything for the service of the Lord, because nothing in this material world is unconnected with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So he has given the connection of everything to the Supreme Lord. And connections are also of different levels actually. We say, Lord, Isavashyam idam sarvam yatkincha jagatyam jagat, everything is connected. So every everything is connected to Lord. Everyone is connected to Lord, and ourself, myself is connected to the Lord. All connection we have to see. When so explanation Naraji is giving first, everything is connected. Now everyone is connected. Now he is telling our personally we are connected. This is the explanation Naraji is starting. That is, he is starting the science of relationship with this sloka, and which is going to take more and more. So Naraji is presenting the complete package of transcendental knowledge. Outset, inset, everything is covering now actually to satisfy the all-powerful Lord. Then why to satisfy? Lord is Paramatma. He is the Atma of Atma. He is our is the our we say we are Atma, but he is Atma of our Atma. That's why it's called Paramatma actually. So by serving with body, mind, intelligence, soul eternally, and that is called Tvam Sukha Sukhatvam. By satisfying Lord, we will be happy. That is our happiness part is now going to explain from this sloka onwards actually. There is no separate agenda for Naradji. Wherever he goes, you see how Lord is satisfied. That's why he is called Mahabhagavata actually. So we also see now in the Tomare Hridaye Sada Govinda Visrama Govinda Kahe na Mora Vaishnava Paran. This is the situation of Naraji. Lord says, Naraji is my life. And devotee says, Lord is my always sitting in my heart. Actually, that is there. So this sloka is the beginning of satisfying Lord. Previous slokas were explaining about everything connected to the Lord and why should we worship Lord. So with so many example, analogy, example. He is the supreme person. We have to worship him. We should not worship all the. He is the root. We have to put the water in the root. Everything he explained. So this is the starting of transcendental relationship part. Starting. So this sloka and coming slokas will take more nectar will come in the next coming following slokas will come. So in this sloka, transcendental about transcendental relationship is there, and coming sloka intimacy. So how the relation be very intimate, and then further Lord also reciprocate with that intimacy, and Lord with so much affection deals with the devotee like that deeper. It's called the our Krishna consciousness is the sign. Well, the personalism is there. We have with the heart only we deals actually. Personalism means satisfying the heart actually. So that's why it is said in this no. Prabhupada says Krishna Bhakti Kaile Sarva Karma Krito Shraddha Sabde Viswase Sudrida Nishcha Krishna Bhakti Kaile Sarva Karma Krito Hoy. And it's also it is said that here एक भावेन भजद्वम with one pointed एक भावेन accepting as qualitatively one. What is qualitative one? एक भावेन. Lord also is we this is again achintya veda bheda tattva. We are qualitatively one with the Lord, but we are different in quantities actually. So qualitatively Lord always serves actually. He is serving. He is always grateful. And because we are his part and parcel, so it is expected that qualitatively we have to be grateful. We have to be always in service attitude. Actually, that is Eka Bhavena. He is a master, we are servant. Intimacy is there. Master-servant relationship. So there is a intimacy, reciprocation, and is there actually. This is also confirmed with the Bhagavad Gita also. In the 4.3, Bhagavad Gita says, Sa eva ayam mayatedya yoga prokta puratana bhakto sime sakha cheti rahasyam eta uttamam. So it's a Sa eva ayam maya. So Lord is telling to Arjuna that now I am going to speak to you. The Sa eva maya, Sa eva mayatedya yoga prokta puratana. The oldest yoga now I am going to teach you. Why? You are Bhakta and Sakha. Bhaktosi me Sakha cheti. Rahasyam. And that is Rahasya is a mystery, is a transcendental mystery. It is said that it is a part of transcendental knowledge. Fourth chapter is Bhagavad Gita teaching about transcendental knowledge. So that's the first look. And in the translation, Prabhupada speak that the science of relationship with the Supreme Personality is now going to be taught by the Lord. Is the science of transcendental relationship. From there, the Bhagavad Gita says, idam, even we see in the 9th chapter also idam te guhyatam pravakshami anusuve jnanam vijnana sahitam yajgatva moksha se asubhat. Again, this is also relationship part. It's a just like it's a confidentiality rahasyam. It's a guhyatamam. Most confidential part now Krishna is revealing to the Arjuna and saying why is revealing anasuyave. There then fourth chapter third sloka he say you are bhakta and saka. He could have said you are my bhakta. That's why I am revealing. No, you are Bhakta and Sakha means you are my friend. You don't have any grudge in relationship with me. That is a point. And he say you don't have envy with me. Then only the confidentiality part we can get. Even though it's open secret Bhagavad Gita. But confidentiality part cannot be understood because Rahasyam is there actually. That's the 4.3 explain about this. Also further we say in the 12th chapter Advaishta Sarvabhutana Maitra Karuna Evacha because such a me priya is means is very loving to me. That also he says also. Also 15 point says Mame Vanso Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. So all are my part and parcel and they are struggling here with mind and senses and all these things are there. And also in 18th we see Manmanabhav Madbhakto Madhyajimam Namaskuru Mame Vaishashi Satyam Te Pratijani Priyosime. You are my Priya. Then that is what that's why the next sloka comes Sarvadharman Parityajya Mamekam Saranam Braja Aham Tvam Sarva. So this the relationship part is flowing in the Bhagavad Gita when Krishna is explaining to Arjuna. The same thing here when any person who is self-realized Naraji, they speak complete package. They do, not only outer periphery, inner periphery, they take it to the chamber also to the Lord. There we have personal relationship with the Lord, and Lord is so loving that He reciprocate with our. It's that's why we say no. We have part and parcel. So there is a configuration is there. Yes, we are say Jiva Krishna Das, but we should also know what is the role of Das. That is called functionality of functionality in relationship. One is constitutional part, another is functional part. So unless one is always in functional part, he forget the relationship. Even though constitutionally no I am Das, but he forget functionality part. And forgetting functionality part means forgetting relationship. And why forgetting relationship? Because he developed material relationship. There he is attached. We see now Dhruv Maharaj also attached to that. He wants all the kingdom and everything. Even though Naraji came and instructed him, but he was attached. No, I want this. You tell me how to get to this, achieve this, my kingdom. So Lord can give anything material also, but when Lord favors, then that is also there. Harisheta dhanam, that if Lord wants to favor. So here they are already favored one. Prachetas are not. They are favored. They have seen the Lord. And once they favored, Lord will never leave that devotees. He will give all. We can understand why, how Somewhere Naraji appears to be Dhruva, to Prachetas, wherever required, Prahlad. All of a sudden from sky he come down. You don't know. It's all arrangement of Lord, because they want to. Once Naraji giving instruction means his work is now completed. Now he's going to. And when Naraji will speak, he will not speak, oh Lord is so and so, outer periphery. He will speak everything, because Bhagavatam is teaching KG to PG. So everything has to be covered in that part. So give explanation. Even the newcomer comes. That's why he say it is a what is called uh, Amala Puranam, and it is topmost transcendental knowledge is there. But it takes everything is there from beginning also to end. So, but who can speak from a complete package? Only pure devotees can speak. Otherwise, this is there actually. So, so it's the most confidential knowledge is there, transcendental is there. Even Sikshastakam is also teaching the same. It is also teaching. We say Trinadapi Sunichena Tarorapi says Namani Naman. He says that desire for uninterrupted bhakti, free from anartha. That's the first part. Na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim kavitam va jagadisha kamaye. That is called ahetuki, unmotivated. First, from uninterrupted, we have to move to unmotivated part actually. Then, ainanda tanuja kingaram. Then, request to Lord to accept as a dust particle in the lotus feet of Lord actually. Gradually, the moving towards relationship part with the Lord actually. That's called expansion of Sambandha Jnana actually. And Nayanam Galada Srudharaya. Then when how can I get the pure name? I can chant your prem name. Galada Srudharaya is there actually. Yuga Itam Nimesana. I desire for having pure consciousness, bhava actually. And then we say Aslishya Vapadaram, desire for pure love. So basis for love and all these things. If you are not interested in relationship, how can we love to a stranger? That is the part. So first, why the speaking generally? So that many people get attracted for this. And those who are already practicing, they should now go to internal chamber of the Lord. So where to develop relationship with the Lord. So, and we say na, our sadhana bhakti to raga bhakti entering is developing relationship with the Lord. It is the entrance is there with the, when we are focused on relationship part is there. So here we say not only devotee, Lord would have told bhakto sime sakha. Sakha means why? Two things. Bhakto sime sakha. Bhakta. No, bhakta, priya bhakta. Bhakta, priya bhakta. So now the Narada is saying how to become priya bhakta. Is starting with this 18th verse. So this is what some of the things are there. So this somehow when those who are practicing, we have to get into this priya bhakta mode. There, that is there. Thank you very much. Please forgive me for speaking anything beyond my realization. Any questions and comments? Anybody is there?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Yeah.
We'll get highest bhakti trance in that, but again we get deviated. How to maintain that stand and how to intensify?
That's just the same thing is being explained here. How to intensify means we have to focus. And we say, I'll be focusing Prema Pumarto Mahan. I will have Krishna Prema. But we have to check whether relationship is proper or not first. If we check the relationship, so there we see, because of vimukha, away from Lord, we have developed so many unwanted desires, unwanted expectation, and we have neglected Lord. We have developed separatist mentality. We have developed doership mentality, fruitive mentality, and deceitful mentality, prideful mentality, cruel mentality, rebellious mentality. We can see when we are dealing with all so many people whether this mentality is there. Yes, there. So what is the reason? Because that same thing happened with the Lord. We are not cleared our we are away from Lord so much that all this neglectful mentality happened with the Lord. So we have to clear our relationship with the Lord. You see, all good relationship will automatically become good. This is the remote is here and working happening with the others.
We should do complete vairagya in this sansaric
No,
life. How
in
to maintain that and Lord's relation?
nothing is there. Pracheta, Lord said, you enjoy and you'll come to me afterwards. It's there in the previous chapter, it has been told by Prachetas. The point is, are we interested in relationship with the Lord? That's the prime question. Lord is there. There are people, okay, Lord is there. Occasionally we come to Lord, fulfill my desire. But first, why we want to relationship with the Lord? Because we want to satisfy the Lord. That's the second part is there. If we are not interested in relationship, we want to satisfy ourselves, taking the Lord in for our use. That happens. That happens. You try to understand this part. We are using Lord for our happiness, whereas we have to be used. Everything has to be used. What is there? Those who are really conversant with this knowledge can utilize everything for the service of the Lord, because nothing in this material world is unconnected with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, okay, we are using things. But what about using ourselves? That is a point, because that is called, we are seeing connection of everything. Connection, everyone should connect, everything should be connected. What about myself? I'm not interested in relationship with the Lord. That is the point actually. Now question to you, are you interested in relationship with the Lord? You try for that, everything will be solved.
Very blessed.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Vancha kalpatarubhasya kripa sindhu patitanam pavanam vaishnavyanam